I don't want to set the world on fire.
So we're speaking about Mad Max right now. So in Mad Max, the video game...
Mad Max?
Mad Max.
Okay.
In the video game, it takes place right after the movie.
Okay, I was wondering in what time frame did it take
so
place.
So it's the bad guy is the son who survived, the fucking Immortal Joe's son.
The big giant guy?
Yeah.
But he didn't survive, though.
He did.
How did he survive?
Because he's Immortal Joe's son.
Is that guy's name, Immortal Joe?
I'm
just finding this out
right now.
The big
fat guy with
the
mascot? That's Immortal Joe, yeah.
I'm just finding this out.
And so it's him and all the war dogs that were with him, and like they're like...
The war dogs that are left? Because the war dogs that are there are like sick as fuck. So
the war pups, all the kids are there.
Oh, those are war pups,
Because, like, I don't know why it was... In my opinion, it was stupid for the guy to just take all of his war dogs to follow them.
Because they had his precious wives. They had the wives, man. And
The
one was pregnant. I saw a really cool GIF yesterday of it said when we're driving, when me, the family, and the kids are driving, and I accidentally run over a cat, and it had that scene where like the girl falls out. And like all the girls, but it's like it's voicing it differently, you know. It's like got the text, and it's like stop, you ran it over, stop, you have to go back. And he's like, it went under the wheels. And she's like, and then like Charlize Theron's like the mom, and she's like, did you see it? Did you see it? And he's like, it went under the wheels. You know, and she thought, let's keep moving. And you're like, son of a bitch.
That movie was really fucking good.
It was really good.
In my opinion, that's the movie of the year. Like Star Wars is going to have to pull some fucking deep shit for it to be better than that.
I think
because the whole cast was.
I think Crimson Peak might be really good too. I don't know.
I don't know.
Guillermo del Toro.
But it has Loki in it, and it has like it's all about.
It's Tom Hiddleston.
I don't know. Fucking Loki to me.
Oh my god.
Like
at some point during the movie, he's gonna like have the fucking horns out, and you're gonna be like, oh, there you go, it's Loki.
The fucking god of mischief. This is like he really is Loki.
He is in everything. He's Loki. The only thing that he could have did, which I feel is a misstep, but is he could have been a really good Joker too.
Yeah, I prefer being Loki because like Loki is.
Can you imagine being that? Like he plays Loki, and Loki's like if you know Marvel, like Loki's a pretty significant bad guy. Like,
yeah, he is the reason why Deadpool is so crazy. Like why Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. It's because Loki knows, hey, we're in a comic.
Yeah,
but he's like he repressed it, but he opened Deadpool's mind, and it was all fucking crazy.
And so it's like if you have Tom Hiddleston playing, why are we so loud? Is that us?
Let's see. Let's maybe turn it down a little bit. That's better.
Okay. But if you imagine like playing Tom Hiddleston, like you play Loki, and then you have Joker too. Like you're both like DC and Marvel. You're the chief bad guys.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty hype. But they gave it to what's his face, Jared Leto.
I fucking hate that guy.
I'm a reserved judgment. but it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. Like
Batflick is looking more and more good though.
Yeah. I was watching it, and I saw a really good porno spoof of it, where it's like when they showed.
I think I saw that.
We're showing Harley Quinn, and she's like licking the pole, and then next thing she's licking some guy's pole, and I was like,
I think I was watching that, and like on the comments, they were like, because whatever the director is, he directs a lot of like superhero porn, like parodies. And whatever the guy's name is, they're like, they should give him the fucking rights to the movie because at least he gives a fuck about it.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah.
No, I don't know. Like I'm holding judgment until I'm not even gonna see. I'm probably gonna illegally.
You'll legally share it with other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking what's the guy's name? The guy from fucking.
They let the guy out from Pirate Bay.
What did the guy from WikiLeaks? What was his name? John Snowden.
John Cena?
No,
John Cena!
The guy who's like spent a year in fucking...
It was,
Russia...
It was Edward Snowden or something like that.
I
should know that. I'm a conspiracy guy. He's like our commander-in-chief.
Is he still in the airport of Russia?
He's somewhere. No, I think he's in Russia now.
Because I remember fucking Putin's like, hey, if you come out here, we're going to execute you.
No, they weren't going to execute him. They're going to extradite him. When they extradite him here, and he would spend
because
his
it's in like an airport, like international.
Yeah,
it's
they can't do anything about it. He was on. He actually is a really good interview. But if you look at because Neil deGrasse Tyson has a podcast that he does that's really really interesting because it's Neil deGrasse Tyson and it's like. He's if you don't know anything about space and quantum physics and time and like stuff like that, like go listen to a Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast because it's interesting, but he really can like dumb it down for people.
Well, that means you're a good teacher. That's what you're
exactly. But He actually interviews Edward Snowden. I
Via
hope
Skype?
I hope it's fucking Edward Snowden. People are gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
It is Edward Snowden, because I saw you follow him on fucking Twitter.
He just started his Twitter account. That's him too.
He had 500K in a day, and I'm
I
like,
know,
fuck
man.
that guy.
Well, because he's like, can you imagine the shit that he knows? Like, I mean, the shit that he knows.
Is everything he knows? Didn't he put all in WikiLeaks, or did he hold some shit back?
No, he held like tons and tons and tons of shit back because basically, like, he's like holding them for ransom.
I know his plan was he was going to go to Russia, get a sex change, and then come back to the U.S.
Was that it?
That was his plan.
Well,
Because
Bruce Jenner beat him to that one, didn't
exactly. I think it was like because like then therefore they wouldn't be able to charge him. Like if he got trialed, it would be under insanity, so he wouldn't get as high as a thing for it. I think that was his plan, but now it's like he's just living in Russia airport.
Yeah, but I think that airport he's at isn't really that bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fucking.
That's probably my life going to be in the next 10 years.
Speaking of Russia, did you see this morning that they're invading Syria again?
Yes.
And they're like, "Hey, U.S., if you're not going to deal with ISIS, we will."
Well, I think that Putin has said, and this is true too. I mean, a lot of the ISIS stuff that you're watching and seeing is it's all America stuff anyway.
I really do think like that's why we're not doing it, because it's an American funded project, or was American funded. We don't want we don't want to be a third time a giant terror cell was funded by the U.S. and became a terror cell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's. I mean, listen. I mean, national leaders, Syrian leaders, Russian leaders, even like fuck, I can't think of the other place. Anyways, other consulars and chairmans and whatever, they've been quoted as saying, "Hey, U.S., like whatever this ISIS thing is, like it's not them, it's you.
Yeah,
like you're the ones doing this. Like, so if you really want to stop ISIS, like, what was it? It was I forgot what it was. There was a quote. Maybe it was from Putin, but I don't know. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But they said terror attacks around the world, like since 9/11 or whatever, and it was like 10 or whatever, and then it was a small number. I'll say that. And then terror attacks in the U.S. and it was like a huge number.
Yeah.
And it was like, maybe before you go like protecting everybody else's borders, maybe you should protect your own.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck.
I think the way that is people like, oh, he hates Obama. No, I think the way that Obama is taking this relationship with Putin, he's taking it the completely wrong way.
No.
Like if I was the president, I'd be fucking BFFs.
I think you'd nuke everybody.
No, I'd be BFFs.
Well, I would.
I would be BFFs with Putin, because Putin's a fucking crazy guy. And like the thing is, if Russia and the U.S. were to combine, that'd be the biggest.
But
power.
they can't though. They can't and they won't. It's biblical, man.
Oh, we should.
They can't. They won't. It's biblical, man.
I don't know, because I've seen Putin, like, he'd call America out. He's like, hey, just let you guys know, there are aliens, but no one wants to listen because he's a Russian crazy guy. But he's like, the U.S. knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so if the U.S. wants to come out, we will help you guys support to get out there. As well, speaking of that.
Which he's fucking full of shit, too, because Russia has been, like, there's been all kinds of, like, crazy shit that goes down in Russia that has to do with aliens, too.
Did you know he fucking stole Bill Kolachek's Super Bowl ring?
Yes. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, well, that's why I like him. So, is it dictatorship over there, or is it a democracy?
It's a dictatorship.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why people don't like him, because, like, he's very, like, yeah, he gets shit done, and he's a crazy guy, but, like, if you disagree with him, like, he's gonna put you in a fucking gulag. Yeah. So it's like...
Speaking of gulags, you see that Cuba's new leader, Raul Castro...
Is this a gaming podcast?
Well, we're just gonna go...
No, I actually like this.
Raul Castro was like, hey, we want Gitmo, and then to make up for the 56 years you guys embargoed us.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you guys kind of did it yourself with the Cuban Missile Crisis.
And not only that, like, I mean, that whole thing, like, Fidel Castro and the dude that was there before him, they were both very, very, very...
Fidel Castro was American-funded as well.
Yeah, he was.
And
we wanted to put him in power.
Yeah, we wanted him in power. Again, same with Osama bin Laden. Someone else we wanted to put in power, and they fucking turned on us.
You look at the Colombian government as well. Like, I mean, not just because I've watched the fuck out of Narcos, but I looked into that, like, because I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, you look at around the world, like, governments around the world have been fucked with by the U.S.
Yeah.
Because it's all about, like, well, who's going to help us make more money?
That's what I'm saying. We go with Russia, we could take over the whole fucking world.
I'd say go with China.
Because we would Russia.
China has like 80 million people.
Yeah,
over there.
It's like one frag grenade kills about 100 of them.
Because they're so fucking close together, none of them can drive.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of those videos where it's like Chinese drivers and like they don't follow rules of the road, or they can't afford streetlights, and they just go.
It's horrible over there.
And like a fucking guy in a moped gets mowed by a fucking diesel, and I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck. Witness me!
Witness me! If you look closely, his mouth had that silver shit all over.
Shining and crow, I live, I die, I live again.
We're going straight to Valhalla.
God damn it! I'll carry you to Valhalla myself.
When he says that, I'm like, such a fucking hypocrite.
That shit is so great. That's Australia. That's all Australia is. It's fucking just motorcycle gangs.
Right? What if you go to Australia and you're like, I fucking knew it was like this. And there's like a guy playing on a guitar and he's just fucking
that
shooting.
fucking video of Conan was great.
That's why I sent it to you. I had meant to send it to you like a lot sooner and I forgot.
That shit was awesome. He's on top of the fucking guitar, and it's like it looks like he's actually playing it. Right. And I'm like, does he know how to play guitar?
No. And he's like shooting the fucking flames
and he's
out
shooting
there.
hot dogs and shit. And then he has the cable band in the back that are playing on the fucking 50-gallon drums.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
I'm still like,
Conan O'Brien.
Liz and I's our biggest argument was because she fell asleep in that movie.
She's why? Like,
But
seriously,
the thing is, she was up.
why are you with her?
Well, the thing is, she was up at 5 o'clock. In the
Yeah,
morning.
she does work early.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I understand, but it's like we didn't have to see it. Like I told her, like, hey, if you don't feel comfortable seeing this because you're tired, we can go see it a different day.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I want to see it now. And I'm like, all right.
She passed the fuck out.
Yeah,
She's such an old woman.
And I'm like, first of all, it's loud as fuck. That movie was hella loud.
It was.
How do you fall asleep in that?
There are some slow parts though, where I could see like somebody conceivably falling asleep, especially like Liz.
The best thing that whole movie that Liz did was in the beginning. He's like in a world of fire and blood, and she whispers over to me, "Is Mad Max part of House Targaryen?" And I'm like, Liz,
Oh my god!
stop trying to mash him up, man. But it was fucking great because she's been doing this, and we have the daughter been doing theme songs from the WWE.
That's cool.
So she's been doing like Vince McMahon's "No Chance." That's
What
she's
you got.
She's been saying that all the fucking time.
That's great.
And then they both start singing John Cena's theme.
Of course they do.
And I'm like,
John
fuck.
Cena. You gotta get the Stone Cold in there, man. Like,
Well, I
retro
started
with it.
because he's getting bullied at school, and I not saying that you can't tell Liz this. She doesn't listen to this anyway. But I showed him a cool little move you can do.
Little move. That's all. It's funny because it's all it takes, man. I mean,
basically it's a throat chop. That's all it is. I was like Gabriel. They're young, just like you are. They're naive. You just fucking chop them in the throat. Guess what? They're gonna go on the ground. You're not gonna kill them. But
well, let's hope not.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's gonna be able to hit that hard.
He's all of like 75 pounds.
Yeah, not even that much.
Maybe.
All of 30 pounds.
He's a bony
A
kid.
strong breeze almost carries him away. I'm worried about it.
We have to put bricks in his backpack when he goes to school, for Christ's sake. Wow.
Now it's like I'm a TSA agent because they get in trouble because they like to bring one of their toys to school with them. And they can't do
you
that.
Just gotta stay away from that.
And so it's like when they get out of the car, I check their backpacks. I caught both of them this morning with a toy. And this is like fucking TSA Taylor.
Pretty much, dude. Listen, I mean, when they're sending kids to jail for a Pop-Tart that looks like a gun, okay, listen, neither one of your kids, which they could pass as Iranian kids. Okay?
You know, it's funny, they hang out with all Iranian kids. And I'm super fucking worried about it. I'm like, Liz, they're gonna be part of fucking ISIS. Terrorists.
And not the cool ISIS like Archer. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
well, they had to change Archer's name.
Yeah,
and
so-
Samsung changed the ISIS app to SmartPay.
What is ISIS?
It was a Samsung wallet now.
Is that how you find terrorists?
No, it was on ISIS was like you could be able to pay with your phone.
Oh, no shit.
And they switched it to Samsung Pay or Smart Pay, one of the two.
I have Smart Pay.
Yeah,
Because Apple has Apple Pay.
yeah.
Which I had a guy come in the other day and try to use Smart Pay, and he's like, here, I got and he put it on the pin pad, and I'm like, what the fuck do you think this is? This is fucking GameStop, man. Like,
I had my first foreigner buy something. And they,
foreigner.
Like they were out of the country and they were visiting with a visa and they had their card, and the only way for the US to read their card is you have to read the chip on it, so they had to put it in there. It's the first time I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, the chip. No. My card has one of those. Yeah.
That's the first time I ever had it. Like they couldn't slide it; it wouldn't let them slide. They had,
Right? Yeah, it's weird with those cards. It won't let you slide them. Like if they have the chip thing, it's like no. You
and it was all in Russian and shit, and I was like, "Nigga."
You were like, "Are you terrorists?"
Yeah.
Was it Putin? To be honest,
No, it wasn't Putin. I wish it was.
Have you seen that GIF of Putin where like the chick, like they're because you know.
Oh, where she's naked and he gives her the thumbs up.
Yeah, he gives her the thumbs up. Like she goes over and flashes him. It's supposed to be like a fuck you, you know, but he's like, hey, nice tits.
And it was like, and there's a still image, and it's like the guy going to block his hands, and he's like, it's too late, Vladimir. I already gave her the thumbs up.
He's so fucking. There's so many good GIFs of him, like. in Senate meetings and stuff that has to do with like, you know, important shit, and he's just like playing with his pen. He's trying to balance it like.
I know he does it, and it's like it goes up like 0.65 seconds. It's like new record.
yeah, and he's just kind of looking around like, did anybody else see that? Like, it was pretty fucking awesome here. Like, he just.
There was one where he's like it's like a big long video of him walking, but so he plays it in reverse, and this is the Michael Jackson thing. He's all moonwalking the fuck out, and I'm like, God damn it.
He seemed like he'd be really cool to kick it with as long as you agreed with everything that he had to say.
I'm pretty sure him and the Bushes were pretty close.
I think so, yeah.
What's
funny is I think they're all part of it. I mean, you look at, like, everybody's like, oh, I fucking hate Bush, but I love Obama. And it's like, if you really know what you're talking about, like, Bush and Obama are the same fucking person. Like, they're the same thing.
And people are like, oh, Bush did a bad job. I was like, no. His bad job was followed by, like, all the bad, like, you know, economic issues were followed because of Clinton.
Clinton, right.
And the only reason why Clinton was seen high was because of Reagan. Because all Reagan's laws went into effect.
Bush was before Reagan.
No, Bush Jr.
Yeah, Bush Senior was before Clinton.
So it was Reagan. His laws were coming into effect in the 90s.
Right.
So when Clinton took office in the 90s, all Reagan's...
But Clinton didn't take office in the 90s. It was Senior Bush.
No, Clinton was in 92.
Yeah, but before him it was Bush.
Yeah, but Reagan's laws didn't take effect until the 90s.
Oh, I know, yeah.
So it was like...
But it didn't go Reagan-Clinton.
Reagan-Bush. When Reagan, Bush, Clinton... Well, no. Where's Carter at? Is Carter before Reagan?
Carter is before Reagan.
So it was Nixon, Carter, Reagan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it, let's not talk about Nixon.
I like Nixon. I think
that crazy old goat.
So the thing is, like, Nixon almost got impeached for the same shit that Obama's doing
that is doing now.
And it's like, he did it to meetings with Russian people, and it's like, well, that's illegal. And it's like, okay, but he's doing the same thing that Obama's doing now to everybody.
And then the thing is like, he did it on a scale where it was this very small, like, it's like this penny. Obama's doing it on the fact, well, Bush started it.
Yeah.
But
Patriot Act.
Fucking the Patriot.
Witness me,
dude. Fucking Patriot Act, dude. That was like the beginning. 9/11. That's why I always go back to 9/11. People say I'm crazy, and they're like, "Oh yeah, put your fucking."
I saw a video, and I think this is the thing that like a lot of people don't understand when they say like, you know, when on those little papers that says like it melted the steel. I don't think they mean melted. I think they meant test the integrity of the steel, because there was a video of a jet fuel testing the integrity of steel with 7 bricks and causing it to collapse.
Yeah,
and it's like I think that's what they meant in this thing, not melt steel.
I think that but I mean, you look at it, and it's like a lot of it was. I mean, the first thing that we heard about was the fact that it was jet fuel and it burns super hot and it's this or that. What they don't tell you about jet fuel is that it burns very quickly. Yeah, and it was like it showed it had like a 5-minute thing of like the video, and it was like I saved it so I could show it to you today. Okay, yeah.
And it's like it shows it like, you know, it has like a I-beam and it has cement bricks onto it, and like 5 minutes later the beam finally gives in. And it's like the thing when people would say like melted the steel, I'm like, well, I think that was just a bad word somebody used.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, it's like, and again, I mean. There's a lot of stuff, and I try to look at everything like objectively. I'm not the person who's going to be like, well, this is what it is because this. Well, then you're just like then you are the type of person that you're arguing with.
Exactly. So and it goes into those anti-Planned Parenthood people. And,
I fucking hate those people.
And it's like, okay, you're supposed to be a Christian, but yet you're not having an open mind.
Yeah.
You're saying those doctors are murderers. Well, first of all, for life to be able to succeed, it has to be able to support itself.
Right. And
those things are like, you know, 3 to 6 months. They're not going to support themselves.
Well, and it's like, and you don't even go. Let's not even go that far. You don't even have to go that far. Like if you because a lot of people are fundamentalist Christians that are saying like, oh yeah, fucking Planned Parenthood, blah blah blah. This is what I've always tripped out about. 2 things. If you're a Christian or if you're a religious person. If you look at the word Christian, like if I say, hey Taylor, I'm a Christian, you're a Jew, you're awful, you know, you're evil, you're the reason my Savior's dead. But not really, I'm just giving you a hard time. But if I say I'm Christian, that definition of that word is to try to be like Christ. Like you're saying like Christ is my leader, I'm a Christian. No longer, you know, that's what it is. So like if you want to do that, then you have to follow what Christ did. So it's like if you can find me a place in the Bible where Christ went and protested something, like then I'll be like okay with that. But he never did. If he didn't agree with something, he just moved on from there.
Yeah.
He didn't waste his time like trying. And there was times where he was like I think it was even in Jerusalem, like which was his or Bethlehem. It was his place where he was born. Where like they were like, dude, this nigga's crazy. Like we know him. He like grew up here, so he couldn't really preach there because the people didn't accept him because they knew him.
Yeah.
And so he tried and he tried and he tried, and then he was like, you know what? Like they're not gonna take it here. So I'm just gonna go put someplace where they will. He didn't sit there and be like, "Fuck you guys, they're gonna go to hell, and my dad's gonna kill you."
I want to see Mel Gibson's version of that, where like, he goes raise a huge army, and he comes back and takes over the
kills
city.
everybody.
Yeah, just like the fucking
what if he's dressed like Hitler?
Yeah, what was that fucking movie? Was like it was Noah.
The one with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, and
I didn't see it.
It was so fucking dumb.
It's dumb.
And
I think those were all like done by the same studio because like I watched Exodus: Gods of Men, and that was I didn't like that.
No, but that was the one where like it was like Moses came back with an army. And I'm like, wait, no. They fled, and it was like, what do you mean he has an army?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I was like, these were slaves that didn't know how to fight, and they were beat the fuck up. Like, so they weren't gonna fight. Literally the most elite force in the world at the time. Like, they were just being delivered. Like that's what what I didn't like about the movie is like they found a way to downplay like every plague, and that's the coolest part about the whole Passover, them leaving, was the plagues. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Was there 7 of them?
There was 10 of them.
10 of them. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, was there 10? I don't even remember.
I know it was
I think
like
it's 10 commandments. There might have been 7 plagues. I don't remember.
It was like the raining of locusts, or no, the raining of flogs, the plague of locusts.
There was the raining of flogs, which are frogs and flies combined together. That would have been a fucking plague right there.
There was the plague of locusts, the rain of frogs, the water turning blood red.
No, it wasn't blood red. It turned to blood. It was 10 plagues. The first one was just the first one, most significant one, I think, was the blood. I think, fuck. But they did that, and it was because like the alligators like tried eating each other, and then all the fish started eating each other. So it was literally like it ran red with blood from the life like trying to kill itself, and it was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Because it was all the drinking water in the Niles, and it was what made it like crazy. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is how it happened. Like, we don't know. Like, it doesn't go into effect as to
There's
how.
a lot of scientists that are trying to figure out what happened. And it's
right,
like,
and it's like I don't. But in the
as well as like if Noah Ark really happened, this is where he would have landed.
Well, they've said that they have found his boat and all that. I don't know about all that.
Like, they're somewhere in the Himalayas. That's why I remember.
Yeah, it's Mount Ararat or whatever it is. But the one thing I will say about the flood is that whether you believe in the Bible or not, what I have found is super interesting. I do try to, like, I would say I don't know where I'm at, but I know the Bible pretty well. Okay, well, more than most people, I guess. But what I find interesting about the flood is if you do your research, every culture, it doesn't have to be Christianity, but like every culture around the world has some type of catastrophic flood. And they don't have anything to do with each other. Like, they don't have to do with Christianity. They don't like Muslims, Islam, Jews.
Are they all around the same time?
They're all around the same time.
Okay.
So it's like I find it interesting that like all of habitation on the planet Earth has a story where water takes over everything. So it's like, you know, I'm not saying that like, well, that's concrete evidence. I just always thought that was pretty cool. That it's like there was an extinction level event at some point in the
remember
Earth.
When was it 12-12-12?
Yes.
It was like, wait a minute, if you know anything, this happened like years ago.
Yeah.
This is supposed to happen years ago. We're like, no, it's this. It's like, no, they weren't using the Roman calendars like we were. They're using their own calendars.
They're using their own calendars that happened already.
Yeah, and it's like people
are dumb. Like, people see it, like people read it on Facebook like a hashtag, you know, or like end of the world 2012. Oh my god! Yeah. And then they share. You know, people are fucking dumb. So
and it's like I know it. I like playing at the hype. I saw the movie 2012. I didn't see it in theater. I saw it fucking at home. Thank God. And
it was a really bad movie.
It was awful, and it was like
it had John Cusack in it, so I was out.
A solar flare hit Earth, therefore made the fucking everything fuck up. And it's like, wait, it doesn't happen. We hit by solar flares all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like,
I think the coolest part was the monk. I think it would have been really tight, like if like when the water's coming out the monk and he's like ringing the bell. If he would have did like some kind of fucking like kung fu move and like split the water around, I go, that would have been fucking hype.
It turns into fucking Avatar.
Yeah.
It's the prequel to Avatar.
That's Aang. He's ringing the bell. He's like, "No, fuck you!" Boom. And he just like everything.
God damn it!
That made the movie a lot better.
I remember the one part where the lady, like the really fancy lady, has her dog and she puts it through a thing. It's like, well, fuck that. I'm throwing myself over. Fuck you, dog.
yeah. Fuck
and that she has time to put herself over, but she doesn't. And I'm like, oh, God.
She's American.
Yeah, and it was
probably just got done eating a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Really,
but she was like super slim. She was like Paris holding that cheeseburger. You know, she threw that shit up.
She's bulimic as fuck.
Carl's Jr. strikes again though with another famous female celebrity eating one of their burgers.
Who was what?
It was a bikini model, and she's all eating her burger, and like she like I didn't watch it, but it's like it's really edgy for a food commercial.
I don't know. All of it's really dumb for me.
All right, so we went 25 minutes of talking about religious and history.
All right, I got my stuff in. All right.
So Simon, I asked this question last night. What would you think would be a good sidekick video game character?
I gave zero thought to that question
Really?
after we hung up. What's funny is I always go back to Tails because I think Tails was such a shit sidekick.
With Knuckles, you could use Knuckles.
But I never played any of the ones with Knuckles.
Oh.
I think it would be a toss-up between maybe him and Dom because I really liked Dom in Gears of War. He was a very like good story. He went kind of crazy in the third one because he was like, I don't give a fuck.
He became a farmer.
Huh?
He became a farmer.
No, he didn't. He died.
No, in the beginning of the third one, you see him. He's wearing overalls, and he has like all these plants
That
around him.
is true.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
He's a farmer now.
He's Mexican, man. You know, he went back to his roots. But
Then he fucking killed himself.
he doesn't have any reason to live. His
That
love is
right
gone.
there was probably the best scene in all of Gears of War 3.
where he just like drives a truck into.
Like he's like, yo, fuck it, I'm out. And then he turns, like he does a 180. He's like, nah, I'm coming back for you guys. Don't worry.
That's right. I forgot about that. They're just like, really, fucking Dom, serious?
And he's like, I got this. And then fucking Mark's like, don't do it, don't
Dom. You know, and you're like,
And he's yelling, witness
his
me!
mouth's all shiny and growing. God damn.
Everything you see involving cars, people like
Has to do with Mad Max.
Yeah, all you do is put "witness me" on there, and it's automatically hilarious.
I like that you're putting that on all the suicide boards, though. That's
Yeah,
good. That's great.
It's all the people killing themselves, and it's a picture of Immortal Joe witnessed.
Fucking Immortal Joe. Why, like, who is that guy? Like, why is he Immortal Joe?
No, that's the good thing about fucking Mad Max is none of the characters have background story.
They are just who they are.
Yeah, and another good thing about that director style is like you literally can take out all the audio and you can still see the
Watch
story.
the movie. Well, Mad Max has like 15 lines in
Yeah,
the movie.
well, Tom Hardy had like 15 lines.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tom Hardy has like he hardly talks. He's
Yeah.
like, my name is Max.
Fucking, he did a really good job,
He did great.
and he's gonna be in the sequel too. Or it's gonna be
What do you think of the new? I posted it on. I didn't post it on Twitter. I think it was called Reverent.
Was
About
about
Leonardo DiCaprio and Leo and what's
Tom
his-
Hardy?
Tom Hardy. And Tom Hardy kills. It's like a super gritty. It takes place like in the Old West. I want to say like colony wise.
Cause that's all the new one with Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy, where he's playing twins,
No, I don't know what the fuck.
and it's like it's based on quote unquote a true events, and it's like build these two twins that live in England who like robbed the gangsters there, the American gangsters.
No, this one's totally
Okay.
different. This one's got Leo in it, and you have to, we'll show you the trailer. It's
Okay.
pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Does it? I don't know. I like
Leo.
I think Tom Hardy would do a good Punisher. Like if they plan on doing,
He would be a great Punisher.
If they do another
great Punisher.
another Punisher movie, I like that. But anyway, my choice was Garrus from Mass Effect.
I don't even know who that is.
So he's like the alien guy, like he looks like a fucking spiky guy and he's a sniper rifle.
Spiky guy. Is he the really smart one?
Nah, kinda.
Is he the one that like his race took out the big like toad looking one's race?
Yes, and he also when the first contact with humans, they were the race fighting the humans.
Of course they were. He look. You know why? Because he looks like a gray.
Yeah, and
And grays are already here, by the way.
And he has like the little scout on. He has so much backstory. Like in between Mass Effect 1 and 2, you can just focus on that where like he goes back to the Citadel where he's supposed to be like an agent of the security force.
Shield.
He says, fuck it, I'm going rogue. And then he starts killing mob bosses.
Okay.
And they start calling him, I think it was like Archangel or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
And it's like, you can just focus on that and make it a
I'm trying to think what he looks like now. I don't know.
He could be a stealth action. Like, you know, make it Blacklist. Make it Splinter Cell. Fuck, man, that's all I want. Like,
That would be tight if you like made that, and then he's alien, so he's got like really cool fucking gear.
Yeah, and
And,
it's
like,
like
that they don't have at the time. So like that'd be really cool.
yeah,
It'd be like Deus Ex: Human Revolution.
the fuck. I don't want to get that new one.
that
That whole
Fuck, I don't want to get that new one.
that fucking whole
Pre-order thing,
shit,
yeah.
that kind of ruined it.
What's funny is like I listened to it all day long, and yeah, let me see a picture of him. Okay, yeah. He was tight. He was tight. I didn't like how Halo like very literally just bit off of him like on Halo 4 was it? Like the guy who's in that orb who's like all fucking like pimped out, like he looks a lot like him. I was like, wait, was that a guy from Mass Effect?
That
Like,
Garrus?
what's he doing here?
That was in between Mass Effect 1 and 2.
That's yeah. So I'm like, wait, where? This guy's supposed to be in Mass Effect. What's he doing here?
Fucking speaking of Halo 5, no split screen co-op.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
You talk about getting away from like what made you like what
Different.
made you you. What?
What?
I can call my store saying their son had a birthday party and got collectibles as gifts.
Simon's reading a text message right now.
Okay, I don't care. I tell these guys, don't bother me about work when I'm not there. You don't exist. This place doesn't exist.
Is that Nick?
I don't know you. No, it's Jesus.
Oh, God. Speaking of work, Simon, how was that call Monday night?
You know, you're to blame because I told you I'm busy. I have stuff that I'm doing. And you were like, no, you don't. You don't have anything going on. Blah, blah. So I'm like, whatever, dude.
So give the backstory here of what happened.
Well, Taylor calls me a lot at work when he's not doing anything because I don't know.
No, you texted me to call you.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay. Well, usually you call me, but I think you're right. It was slow, so I was like, man, just call me, dude. And so we were talking on the phone. This guy walks in. He's like kind of a goofy, like, I don't know.
Over the phone, I'm guessing he's Asian.
No, he was a Mexican kid.
Okay.
Well, he might. I don't know. But he's this kid. I'm talking on the phone with Taylor, and this kid's in front of me. And I say he's maybe like 18, 19, whatever. And he's asking me about all these fucking things I know nothing about.
Shovel Knight Amiibo,
Chibi Robo, and all this other dumb shit that I'm like, what I want to tell him is like, you're not a grown man, but you're almost fucking 20 years old. Like, go play a real game. Stop playing these fucking like 10-year-old games that I would buy my son. Like, fucking grow up, But he's asking me about all this, and I'm just like...
And then as you ask him, I'm answering them on the phone.
Taylor's answering him, which, I mean, when we worked together, like, Taylor was the guy where I would just be like, if somebody came in like that, I'd be like, you know what, I got a guy for you right there. He's going to answer all your questions. I know nothing about it. So, literally, I have Taylor on the phone, the guy's in front of me, and he's asking me these questions. I go, actually, man, you know what, I got my Nintendo rep here on the phone. You want to talk to him? And he's like, yeah. So I go, yeah, sure.
Literally, the first thing the guy starts like, Simon, don't fucking do this. The guy's like, I'm sorry. And then he starts asking me.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I heard you.
And then he starts asking me all these amiibo questions, like, when's this fucking Shovel Knight amiibo coming out? And I was like, I told him information. I was like, it's a third party amiibo. It's Dogma Yacht Club, and they're doing an announcement later this week. And I was like, as well as you're probably gonna see him in Smash. That's all I said.
And he had like 3 other questions. And I looked at Jeff, and Jeff was like, he's like, did you just give the phone? He's like, is that Taylor? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that's fucked up, man. That's a dick move. I was just laughing hysterically in the back. And the guy gave me back the phone, and I was just like, you get all your questions answered? He's like, yeah, man, thanks a lot. That was super helpful. No problem. And I go, hey, what's up? And he's like, motherfucker.
It's so fucked. Did you see that there was water fountain on Mars?
What's up?
See those water fountains?
I did. Well, yes, they have traces of water that was there, and it's like on a huge level. So they're saying that like maybe it's like under the rock, maybe it's under the dirt. Here's my thing with
mole people.
Fucking mole people. We already know there's life there. But I mean, here's the thing with Mars, and everybody gets all excited when we have stuff from Mars, as we should be, because that's pretty awesome.
And they said that the first fucking manned mission will be in 2030.
I just like they're saying like to stay over there.
Yeah.
I mean that's cool, but it's like I said. I mean it's just more. People get so excited about Mars, and it's like, guys, you know that we have like a Mars like right here, right? Like, you know, this planet we live on is like, it's a lot better than Mars. Like, you can go to Mars, but Mars is a dead fucking planet. Like, you're gonna have to rehabilitate life there.
Yeah,
there's life here already.
But it'd be a great way for us to learn how to terraform.
Oh, but you can terraform here.
Yeah, well,
you can do all that here.
Central Valley.
I mean, all the stuff that you can do. It's like say you live in this like beautiful like villa, right? Mm-hmm. And it overlooks the ocean. It's right there by the beach, and the sunsets are awesome. But like 900 miles inland, like in the ocean, you're like, you know what? I want to live right there because I want to be right in the middle of the ocean. There's a lot of sea life there, and you know, this is awesome. It's like, but fucker, there's nothing there. Like, there's nothing there. It's just gonna be you and an environment that you weren't meant to live in. Like, why do you want to do that? Like, you're gonna be over there seeing everything over here. Yeah. And you're gonna see all this stuff going on, and you're gonna be like, man, that's pretty awesome.
To the people who are going to Mars will be like, fuck, man.
Pretty much.
I could be on Earth right now.
Pretty much, you're gonna sit there and go, man, that Earth is beautiful. I wish I wouldn't have left there.
Can you see Earth?
I don't know. I would assume so. No, I don't think so.
I think you need
maybe with a telescope.
Yeah,
but
because like some hundred or some million miles away.
Because I know you can see Mars with a telescope.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would make sense that you could see Earth.
Well, you can see Mars sometimes. Not here, not where we are.
No, you see nothing here.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying like if you were in more open area with less smog, you'd be able to see it.
Can't see anything through this fucking smog.
Smog.
All you see is fucking Mexicans and minorities.
God damn it. So the Vita, you don't want a Vita, right?
I don't. I did.
Why the fuck do you want a Vita?
I wanted to try it out, and I had trading credit, so I was like, eh. I didn't spend any money on it, but I ended up trading it in. I got the Vita TV, which is just as bad. And I find myself like, I don't know, maybe it's like a Metal Gear thing, where it's like Metal Gear is a really fucking great game. I just can't get into it. And I'm like, maybe that's what this is. So I gave it an honest chance. And for me, the Vita is like the biggest waste of technology because it's a super powerful machine. Well, look at the PSP. Look at how powerful the PSP was. I mean, there was a lot of great games on the PSP. There was movies on the PSP. And, I mean, the PS Vita is basically like a PlayStation 3 / maybe even 4, like, in your hands. But it's like, they didn't utilize it. They were like, let's make this great handheld, and then, like, all the games, we don't give a fuck about that.
That's it's like, there was no first-party support in that thing. And, like, everybody's wondering, like, why is the Vita not doing well? It's because they don't care. Like, they literally did the worst things you can. It has to have a special memory card that only Sony sells.
Right.
And it has to, so it's going to be
not
extra.
an SD card. It's got to be a
special memory card. On top of that, there's like, all these awesome games are supposed to get they never came.
Yeah,
like,
they never came out.
There's only third-party support, and even that's limited. How many new Vita games do you think you deal with a year? 3? 4?
Top, maybe 4. And I'll say that's like, not counting the FIFA game that comes out, which is the only sports game that comes out.
Which they literally say is just an updated roster. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not an updated
I think the last one that came out was just fucking it was just a download. It was just a voucher for it. So I was like, wow. And MLB.
The only reason I bring this up is because I saw 2 big arguments. One saying that it's all Sony's fault, and one saying it's partially Sony's fault.
I believe it's all Sony's fault.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
If you play any of the games, which I mean, I know that Sony's not in charge of all the games, but because they didn't give a fuck to get that first party, it just seems like if you buy this console, every game that you buy, I played 15 to 20 games on it. Let's just say. Out of those games, there was maybe 1 or 2 that I actually found legitimately fun, and that I felt like they actually spent time to make. One was Maramusa Blade. That one was fun. And the other one was I can't even remember the name of it. It had like a big demon on the front of it, and you were gonna fight him.
Was it Demon's Crest?
No, I don't know what it was called. Anyways, it was a Japanese game, but literally every other game that I played was just like Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. It's just fucking. It literally they're like, hey, what's the cheapest, most expendable way that we can do this? Let's just add missions to. It literally feels like a $15 DLC, but they charged me $40 for it when it came out. I didn't buy it for that, but I mean that's how much it was. So when you play it, it's like you can literally be done with everything within 4 or 5 hours, and it's like, what do I do with this game now? That was the majority of games I played. Even like the fanboyish, like the Senran Kagura stuff like that, where it's like the main thing is like seeing naked chicks or like seeing women take their clothes off.
Did you beat the little girl dungeon?
I didn't know.
Okay, Nick has it.
Oh god, but
he ordered the American version and the Japanese version. So the Japanese version has like scenes that are
a dungeon.
Yeah. Where you punish them.
That makes me worried about him.
Hey man, Nick.
But I mean, even that felt like very like it was like, okay, here's a little like they'll be talking and it's just you have to read it and it's just talking and they're like making little like noises like oh.
It's a visual novel.
It's a visual novel and then it's like oh well let's fight now and it's the same thing like it's you're in a little box setting and you're like fighting these guys and then you have to fight like another person like it's that over and over and over and over and over again and it's like. Did it take them like 2 weeks to make this game? Like, were they like, hey guys, like, what can you bang out in a day? They were like, well, let's just do this.
Fucking Phil did all this work by himself, and then wonder why he's still there.
I mean, they pretty much like that's what it felt like with all the games, like God of War. What was the one that was on
Ascension?
Vita? I think it was Ascension. Like God of War Ascension's like it's not that great a game for a God of War game, and it's like, why did you guys put so little effort into the software for a system that that has the hardware to support a lot of stuff? It's like, no, I get it.
But also think they didn't expect like I don't think they read like the market reports like the 3DS is still the highest selling system in fucking Japan.
3DS?
Yeah.
I think because people are so fucking fanboyish over those.
But not even that. The 3DS is so. But
it has a really good premise.
It's a good gimmick.
Games. Yeah.
And it's like fucking, you know, do you want to see 3D with your eyes? Here you go.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. And then at the end of this was like, it seemed like it was like they were trying to get a cash cow. Like, oh, look at this new handheld that Sony's making for all our Sony.
But I mean, like, you
fanboys.
look at how big the PSP was. PSP was really big. I had one. I loved it. You know, a lot of people had PSPs. But they just made it so hard to do what you wanted to do with it.
And as well as like the thing is too, like they saw, oh, all these people like these PSP games. Well, now we're gonna release them digitally on the Vita. They just have to buy it.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
If you have them
At full
already.
retail. So
Yeah.
it's like, are you fucking kidding me? It was like Sony shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, well, they did it. It started when they did the Go, because they thought the Go would be a great idea, and I was like, that thing is so dumb.
Digital only works if they have reasonable prices, and
Yes.
not wanting full retail price.
It's funny too. Go ahead.
I think one of those things too is like, if I'm buying a game digitally, I'm not paying $60 for it.
Nope.
I'll pay at most $40.
Yeah.
That's a good reasonable price.
Because you're never gonna get your money back.
Yeah,
Like you'll never get it back.
And the thing is too is like, it shouldn't be the same price as a physical copy, because physical costs at least $20 more to make, if not more.
Yeah, probably. I mean, shipping alone on a game is going to cost you, like, even though you do it in bulk, you figure packaging, you figure processing, you figure the warehouse, you figure putting the game together, charging the people who actually make it, paying them. Like that's a good 15 to 25% of your chunk. So if you do away with that, you just put it on a server and you go, here you go, download it. And like, it should be half price. Like, I feel like this. Like, you look at, like, I was telling a guy yesterday, because I'm playing NBA 2K16 right now. And I'll tell you what. I'm enjoying it, but only because I had, like, $20 extra to spend in trade credit, so I bought all the VC points.
Oh, fuck.
So, my guy's, like, totally OP right now. But if I had to, like, buy that stuff, like, with my own money or work for it, like, I'd be fucking hating the game right now. But, I was talking to a guy who's one of our customers, but he just happens to live on my side of town. I saw him. He works over at Winco. He actually works at Winco. And we were talking about it, and he's like, man, it's just fucking dumb, dude. He's like, you know, this whole, like, Spike Lee thing is like, he's like, it's just fucking dumb. It's racist. You know, it is. It's very stereotypical, like, very, very, very stereotypical. It's like, if I'm a black person, I would be very offended. It's like all the white people, like, your agent's a white guy, and he's super fucking slimy. He's like super slimy, like, you know, it's just like, what? Like, the only person who has any kind of integrity in the game is Spike Lee. He's just the one, like, interviewing you. It's like, how fucking, like, ambiguous do you have to be? Like, you put yourself in the game as an interviewer, and even he's rude. Like, he's interviewing, like, your sister, like the girl in the game who represents your sister, who's like backing you up and doing this and that, and he's like, well, you know, he's like, people would say that, like, you know, do you have a life, or is it just your brother? And she's like, no, I have a life, you know, like, you know, I do this and that. And he's like, well, it doesn't seem like it. And you're like, what a fucking asshole. Like, I don't know. But anyways, I was telling him.
So you're saying the story mode's not good?
Story mode is not good.
Okay.
Like, literally everybody I've talked to is like, I just want to get past this fucking story mode so I can play the game, because the story mode's not good. And it doesn't enable you to do what you want to do until you're past your rookie season.
Speaking of sporting games that are going to have story mode, I was watching WWE's.
It's gonna be pretty good.
It's gonna be pretty good.
See, I think they're going the other way.
They're going back to SmackDown vs. Raw, where like you make choices. So like if you beat a guy, you can like be respectful and shake his hand,
or you can be like
smack him in his face or just walk out of the ring.
Right.
And it's like that's fucking. I've always wanted that.
That's cool.
Back.
Yeah.
And like that's cool. And then as well as things like you form alliances with people. So like if like your Triple H is like, hey man, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna make sure you get that belt. You'd be like, hey, I don't need your help, or sure, let me help you out. And you become a heel or a face, you know, shit like that.
And see, I like that they're doing that, because that's what kind of made them fun in the
first place. And there's
place.
a heel face meter. I love it. It's like a heel and a face.
That's pretty cool.
And I really do. I think this is giving me the one other. Because the first one, the mechanics were there. Like, the game looked good, but that's it. It was.
Do you think they'll add a finisher to it? Because I think that was like everybody's big thing. Was like, I know everybody that I've talked to. I don't play WWE because I'm not 12 years old. But I mean, like, you know, like their big thing was like, well, you can't even do your own finisher. Like, it's like whatever.
Oh, they did run out so that you can create your own finisher again.
That's cool.
And it's like that's always my favorite thing to do.
I talk all that shit. If I had a finisher, I'd just do a rock bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can mix it up. So like my guy, like he when I played it last year, like he did like a combo of 3 punches, and then he puts you into a suplex, and then like the Frankenstein where he holds you up for like 5 seconds, and then he drops you, and then it goes into a pin, and I'm like, that's
pretty cool.
And it's called the Red, White, and Blue.
I remember like that being just super. I remember playing it on Nintendo 64, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Was it? It must have been Warzone.
Probably, I don't know.
Warzone
It was
was-
4-player. You could play 4-player against each other.
The characters are like shit now, though. If you go back, like comparison, like the
Oh,
characters,
they're like blocks, like they're
Yeah.
like little blocks running all over the place. But it was just it was a lot of fun, man. You know, and that's. But okay, well, back to what I was saying about the you said like top like paying like $30, $40. What I was telling them, I go, what they should do. I go, I don't understand why they don't do this with the games that come out annually. Like I go, stop bringing out brand new fucking games, like because you don't need them. And people honestly, like they don't want them. Like they sit there and they're like, oh, this is awesome. But you half the time, if not more than half the time, people are like, fucking hate this game when they go buy it. So it's like if you and it's more advantageous, I feel, which I'm not a developer, so I don't know, but it feels like it would be more advantageous if you just put people on a project, like say it's a fucking sports game, like NBA, right? Here's like instead of making NBA 2K16 a brand new fucking hard copy game or whatever, you can do that as well. But you know, whatever you want to do, make it to where instead of having a brand new game, you sell the DLC. So now 2K16 is actually just a DLC of 2K15.
that makes more sense.
And it's like you don't have to, and it's like, okay, well, not as many people are going to buy it. It doesn't fucking matter because you're not shipping it anywhere.
Yeah.
All you're doing is you're creating.
You're adding more data to your storage file. That's all you're doing.
That's it.
And the thing is, like, that's not going to cost you shit.
No.
Oh, maybe Sony because they're fucking.
Oh, well, they're dumb, yeah. But I mean,
but Microsoft, who has all the fucking servers in the U.S., are like, okay, whatever, we'll throw this on the server space. That's all you need to do, and that's why when people are like, oh, I don't like Microsoft trying to do a digital console. It's like they announced the games will be cheaper. They announced, like it's gonna be all digital because what's the point of having a physical disc? You guys are saving more doing that, and people did not like that.
I think it's just it's that we've been buying games for so long.
It's like buying a physical book over buying a book on your e-reader.
It is, and it's just like, wait, what? Like, why would I? And I understand, like, some people want to go to the store and they want to buy the book and they want to look at the cover. But for me, it's just like that's all kind of obsolete now. Like, it's just that's why I mean, like literal print is dead. Like, if you, I always crack up like about we sell Game Informers. Like, why do we sell Game Informers?
Yeah.
Like everything that's on that fucking Game Informer, I read on Twitter 3 months ago.
Yep.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's a dead form of that. So it's like, why are we still doing that with games? Like, just add on. I would gladly pay $30. Or even $40 for an NBA update that updated all my rosters, gave me 4 or 5 new features.
Derrick Rose is still injured, so
he's still injured in every game. He's injured. And
he's got injured again.
Did he really?
Got elbow of the eye, fractured eyeball.
He got elbowed in the eye.
In a practice.
He's in practice. Not even a real game, man. This is practice. I mean, this is fucking practice, man.
And he's out for weeks, and it's like. And they compared him to what's the guy's name from the Spurs? The old guy from the Spurs.
The old guy from the
He's been there
Spurs.
forever. For at least
Tim Duncan?
Yeah, they compared him to him. Tim Duncan's missed 97 games in his 18-year career, and fucking Kevin fucking what's his name? The guy from the Bulls.
The guy you just
Rose?
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose. He missed 113 in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how injury prone
And he's good. Like
if you see him in his first year, like his rookie year, you're like, this guy's gonna be the next fucking.
And then he tears ACL.
He broke both of his legs. He's Batman. Like everything, and not in a good way. Like every bone in his body's been broken, is broken, or is about to get broken.
Like his eye.
Like and now it's traveling upward into his face. So it's like
he's gonna be like fucking fucking George Foreman, like where you can't think of anything eventually.
Exactly. And I feel bad, like, I've never been, like, since Jordan left and the whole dynasty fell apart, I haven't been a Chicago fan. I was always a Jordan fan. But I feel bad for people who are, like, diehard Jordan or diehard Chicago Bulls fans because it's like, they had a shitty coach. Everybody talks about Tom Thibodeau, Tom Thibodeau? Tim Thibodeau? I don't know.
Well, I think there was a really good team there. You had Pittman, Scotty.
Well, no, them. I'm saying, like, the new
new guys are shit.
You know, where it's just like, well, but I mean, they really weren't. They had a lot of talent on their team, but they were always injury prone because I feel that coach has always wanted to be like an NBA like face. Like he's always like, because the commissioner is everybody's boss, and he's always like he has every guy out there every fucking night playing their fucking balls out, and it's like that's stupid. You have 82 games without the playoffs, and you're gonna run these guys like fucking like. You're gonna run their balls off every single game. Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, it was like it must be a Northwest thing. Like even Green Bay, that's how they play. Like they're like you go out there every fucking game.
But the thing is with football is like I'm not saying football isn't an endurance sport. It's
because it can't be because of the level of physicality in it. But it's like you have to be more careful. But I mean, you only have what? How many games? 16 games?
16 games. They're trying to push it to 18, and then
that's so stupid. They should shorten the season, not lengthen it.
Well, they want to lengthen it so
they want to make more money. I know,
but no, the thing is, like Lombardi said, every game you play is a championship game.
Yeah.
And,
no, I mean I get the
and
mentality.
it's like that's where that's the Green Bay thing. Like, they have it everywhere, and it's like that's how they play it, and that's why like fucking Devontae Adams injured a fucking again, first play of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like I like Devontae Adams. He's a Fresno grown boy. He's in the Central Valley like we are. And I want to see him do good, and he does good. But the new guy,
you see what they're saying about David Carr? They're like comparing him to Aaron Rodgers now.
Not close.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just telling you what statisticians are saying, okay?
Well, I don't see it happening. He fucking went last year fucking 2-12 or 2-14.
I'm just telling you.
But anyway, also speaking of Michael Jordan, Aaron Rodgers got compared to Michael Jordan.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers. They said that he is the Michael Jordan of football.
Oh,
it's like
how?
Because his stats.
Because he has so many fucking rings. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. He only has like two.
One or two. You're right, two. Yeah. But he's so look at his stats, and people are like, you're looking at the wrong stats for people. Like you're looking at who has the most touchdowns and who's played the most games. He's like, every other stat is Aaron Rodgers, who has the best touchdown and interception ratio, who has the most yards per pass.
I mean, the only thing that I would say that is super different is that
Aaron Rodgers is a scumbag. He's a funny guy. Like,
he's also homosexual.
No, have you seen the videos where it's like it shows Morgan Webb? She's all training to be fucking.
Morgan Webb. Who's Morgan Webb? That sounds.
Olivia Munn. Sorry,
Olivia Munn. Okay.
Morgan Webb took over for Olivia Munn. I always that makes my head. But anyway,
she's so hot.
So she's like practicing to be a Psylocke, right?
Oh yeah, she's like kicking ass.
And in the background, you see fucking Aaron Rodgers like throwing around a ninja sword, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's so stupid.
And it's like
he does seem hecka funny. Like, I will say that.
And it's like,
he seems like really down to earth too.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like a dish bag. He seems like a dish bag.
And it was funny because like when he beat the Seahawks, because when the Seahawks beat the Packers, we're like, oh god, must have been a Seahawks fan tonight.
Oh,
that was Aaron Rodgers' response back after they beat him. He's like, God must have been a Packers fan tonight.
That's funny.
And it's like
the Seahawks are such a fucking douchey team.
1-2 now.
I know, fuck them. I hope they just don't win a game. They're so douchey. Like they're so douchey. One of my favorite videos is, I think I've already said it here, is of the Seattle fans watching the Super Bowl and they're all yelling beast mode and it's the last play and they're just fucking yelling. There's like 15 stupid motherfuckers and they're all beast mode, and then like fucking gets intercepted and they're like, oh!
Why would you run not pass?
And they're like, and they're just hoping, they're like, oh, flag, oh no, fuck. Oh, and then like at the very end, it's all great season, guys. It was a lot of fun. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. You all bunch of
I do like to say that there are people who follow their teams throughout the whole year. They follow wherever they go. A lot of Seahawks fans are like, Lambeau is, if you're gonna go to watch your team play an away game, Lambeau's the place to go.
Really? Yeah, because like people are nice there.
Yeah, and like it's like
and they make you chilly.
They fucking make some badass beer too. So
okay.
So I went to a Packer game and it was like I was 18. I wasn't of that age. People are like, hey, you guys want a few beers? And I'm like, sure. Yeah. And it's like they don't care what side of the field you're on. Like it's like
during the douchebag.
And like the beginning of the game we're cool. During the game, you know, it's gonna be a little rivalry because you're playing our team. And then at the end of the game, we're back being cool again. And it's like that's how
it should be.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
You shouldn't go to a stadium and get beat up by 4 guys.
It's so fucking dumb.
And
like, from what I've heard, like in both instances,
I know the guy. I know the Vikings guy. And he goes to the ball rip that's on the street.
And it's like, those were from those people were from Fresno. Yeah. And they had affiliations with Fresno. And it's like, I fucking hate Fresno so much.
Fucking Central Valley.
And I remember it always goes back to like, it doesn't matter where you go, wherever there's Fresno people, they're fucking stupid. I remember I went to the Dunes in Pismo a while back. This was a long time ago. This was like 12 or 13 years ago I went. And there's this Comp Hill. I don't know if you've probably never been there because you're a fucking foreigner. So, but there's this Comp Hill that everybody goes up. This big fucking sand hill. I mean, it's the biggest one there. That's why they call it Comp Hill. And so, like, it's kind of like a rite of passage. Like, you bring your vehicle and you this or that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that on my vehicle.
Yeah, I have no idea what I was doing. When I was with my buddy, I was like, dude, how come you don't, like, what are you doing? Because they would get up to the hill, and then they would, like, gun it up there. And I'm like, why don't you just get, like, a running start and go up the hill? And he's like, idiot, you'll run into the fucking mountain. I'm like, oh, well. See, I'm doing, like, 100 miles an hour and fucking go in there. I'd kill myself. I don't know. This is why I can't do those things. So, but anyway, so everybody you can tell, like, they're either from there or they're from other parts because people have their flags going, like, Oregon, Washington, or wherever. They have their flags up, you know, like these big flags.
Bulldog ones?
fucking every motherfucker that goes up there, bulldog flags, fat brown Mexican, whatever, in a Jeep with a wife beater on or no shirt at all. I'm not racist, by the way. I know I sound
You're Hispanic, so
I'm Hispanic, exactly. It makes me sad when my own brethren live up to their own fucking stupid stereotypes. So I'll never forget. Everybody's going up there having a ball. There's like 4 or 5 guys in fucking Jeeps. They're in those old Jeeps, you know, and they got their giant bulldog flags, and they're like, yeah, they got their lokes on and shit, and they all go up the fucking hill. Every single one of them gets stuck. And the last guy who gets stuck is literally burning out the fucking hill, which ruins it for everybody else because you can't get up the hill now because some fucktard has put like a giant 6-foot hole in the hill. So they're telling him, hey, fucker, shut it off. Like, stop. You're going to fuck it up for everybody else. And he gets pissed off, gets out of his truck, starts fighting with everybody there. And he gets his ass beat, and his fucking Jeep, like, rolled down the hill because he's a fucking idiot. And I just thought, man, and I'm from, and my girlfriend at the time, who was from Santa Maria, was just like, is all you guys like that from Fresno? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. But it was sad. Yeah. And every time I see stuff in the news where it's like, and it's always inevitably bad from Fresno, it's like, yeah, that's about it.
Like the 3 guys who tried to break into the prison, they spelled sheriff wrong.
Yeah, they did. What was it, like 1 R, like 1 F?
Yeah, it was
sheriff. God, fucking damn it, guys. Fucking spell check your friend, man. God damn it.
So what's going to be the biggest game in November? Do you know?
Probably Halo 5?
No. Fallout 4.
What was Fallout 4? I honestly, bro, I'm going to tell you that I'm in the ether. I give 0 fucks, and I don't even know what's
why.
Coming out.
Need it. You should probably pick it up and try it. You're probably.
It's not only that. Like I mean,
you're gonna get it for free, aren't you?
I don't know, probably, but I mean, like, you know, Fallout, Assassin's Creed, Halo, Call of Duty. All these games are coming out. I give 0 fucks about any of these games. I don't even want to have events for them. I don't even want to fucking be there.
I'm gonna be there for Fallout 4, even though mine's not gonna be there until the next day.
I mean, I'm like, fuck, man. I just don't care. I just don't care.
I don't know. And it's like they released Xbox. They did the pre-release, so you can buy it now digitally, and the size is only 28 gigabytes.
That's a small game.
I don't know, like,
or maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just.
But the interesting thing is that's the base game. So if there's any updates or anything, they're gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Like look at Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk was 4 gigs install, and then 7 gigs day 1 patch. So the patch was bigger than the game.
I just don't understand like why we needed another. Like when you hear them like ask Tony Hawk, they're like, so you know, like why now? Why now do come out with another Tony Hawk game? He's like, well, you know, the fans have been asking for it, and I thought, you know, this would be about the right time for it. And I'm always like, well, you know, I got to pay some checks and pay some bills, and you know, the money's not coming.
My kids are going into college.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I'm 800 years old. When you look at my face, it's kind of sad. My skin reminds you of face cancer. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just so sad that that's where it's at now. Like, that's our gaming industry, you know.
And so on top of that, instead of Fallout 4 news here, the fucking Nolan, this guy's name is Pete from marketing, who I always make fun of, and it's like he replied to a tweet from Dr. 420 Blaze It.
God damn it!
And it was saying that there will not be DLC exclusivity for consoles or PC.
For what? Fallout
4.
Oh, well, that's good.
But the thing he didn't say was there is not going to be delays for anybody. So like he never said like, oh, you know, PS4 might have to wait a week or 2 later than Xbox One.
Oh, like time exclusives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not time exclusives. Saying like it is harder to put stuff on the PS4 than it is to put on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox One's basically a computer, while the PS4 is Sony's version of a computer.
It's a computer, which is like not good.
Yeah.
It's not
so
quite an Apple.
I'm excited for that. I personally hate exclusivity missions.
I think it's really dumb because it's like it does. Wait, so I bought my game one place and that's not good enough for you? I have to buy it someplace else as well.
Well, if you look at Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, there was a mission that the rated mission was for Xbox One users, and then the PS4 users got the retro mission.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And then eventually it came to both, but it fucked with Xbox users because on the back of the PS4 box is different than the back of the Xbox One box.
Oh.
Because it's kind of like, you know, you have to turn into a certain dial on your phone or on that game to find something. And it's like, okay, there's nowhere on the Xbox One box that tell you that.
It says
you have to look it up or know about it because it's literally the first mission from Metal Gear Solid. And it's like, but if you have the Xbox or the PS4 box, it tells you everything about it.
Like on the actual case itself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it kind of it fucks with you if you don't have it. So it's like...
And like, how do you know about it?
Exactly.
Unless you're a big Metal Gear guy.
Yes.
Which I kind of want to play it now just to do the Thor thing where like he calls down the thunder with his hand. Did you see the MGO trailer, by the way? Seriously?
I'm not an online player though.
Oh, you're so
It looks
bad.
good.
You're so
It looks
bad.
good. I don't like online play
Why?
because I think it's boring.
But the things that you can do in it look really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Especially like character like specials, like Ocelot can ricochet bullets off of shit, and then fucking Snake can punch you with his arm. He can like remote control his arm.
That's a fucking ability you can get.
I know, but it's in multiplayer.
That's cool.
It's fucking awesome. It just shows him he's like, shh, shh, and he's like, the guy's running, he runs behind something, he's all, and he's like ricochets, and he's just sitting there fucking capping people.
Do you play as Miller?
Fucking Miller, I don't know.
You're just like, I bet Cypher did this.
You're just fucking walking around like you're a fucking target or whatever.
I like Miller.
Fucking Miller, man.
Miller's awesome. But what's fucking stupid is Miller in Metal Gear Solid 5 is all like missing one arm, one leg, but Miller in Metal Gear Solid originally, in the original one, he has all of his limbs.
Which is weird.
Yeah, which is like, okay, so is Metal Gear Solid just a VR?
Maybe.
Yeah. Also, speaking of DLC, they said we're not even planning DLC. Our season pass got leaked, so we confirmed it.
Wait, for what?
For Fallout 4.
Oh, okay.
They're like, so we don't even, like, give us, like, we haven't even planned anything yet. We just, like, we announced that we're going to have a season pass available. But he's like, but nothing's even in the works yet. He's like, we're going to make sure the game goes out flawlessly.
That's good.
And it's like, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, we got 2 weeks left, might as well start that season pass. It's like, we have to go 2 weeks.
We want to make sure that our game is good.
Yeah, and now
then we'll do that. I like that. I like that Bethesda is trying to run a decent business model when it comes to, hey, let's sell this product correctly.
Because the thing is, like, when you make a game like this where it's so big, and they already say it's like 10 to 15 times bigger than Skyrim was.
Which means nothing to me.
It's going to be huge. And it's like, when it's so big like that, there's going to be bugs you're not going to be able to find.
Right.
And it's like, unless you have 20 people combing down every aisle doing everything possible, there's going to be shit you're going to miss.
Yeah. Which is kind of bullshit now, because it's like, I don't know if maybe games have gotten too big to that point, but I mean, I'm paying $65 for zeros and ones.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, if you, let's say you pop, like, where it's supposed to be a 0 and you actually hit a 1, and it fucks up the whole thing.
But I mean, my point is like, I mean, that's fine. What they're saying is fine, but that reasoning has been taken to the extreme now.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have games like Assassin's Creed, where it's like they're so fucking broken. Where it's like, did you guys test this? Like, how many people did you have testing this game? 2?
But see,
like,
the one thing with Assassin's Creed though is too, is where it's like, you can't we're all individuals, so you can't be like, okay, well this code's gonna reflect every individual. It doesn't work like that.
No.
Because like it's like one of those things where it's like,
I mean, like, what are testers for?
Well,
like, what are beta testers for? Like,
they're just to make sure the game is gonna work. But it's like,
but it doesn't.
Yeah, but
it doesn't.
Well,
That's
you need
all
a special case. But like for like a Fallout game, like Fallout was the Broken Steel. It was Steel Town, so that Steel Mill, the pit was called. It was the pit. There was a bug. If you carried a certain weapon through a certain door, you would be locked in the area, and all the things would disappear.
God damn it!
And it was like,
it wasn't a bug. You actually got into the loading program for the Matrix.
But it was like, how would you know about that? Like, because not everybody's gonna have that weapon. Not everybody's gonna do the same thing.
Right.
And,
and you don't have 200,000 people or 80 million people playing the game for testing.
Exactly.
You have it when it launches.
You probably have at most around 20 testers, if that. And that's being really generous.
Yeah.
Most testers are like two.
Yeah, 2, 3.
No, like 2-3 dozen at most.
Yeah.
But it's like, say 200-300. It's like, but they're big and this is a big game and they've been working on it for years now.
Right.
So sticking on Fallout 4, I know you don't care about it, but
it's not that I don't care about it. I just don't know about it, and it's like
this actually makes you into it. So they're simplifying the way the way you level up.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the game, you're going to be able to set out what your specials are, which is strength, perception, endurance, intelligence, charisma, and luck.
And hopefully they don't do it the way that it's being sold via GameStop, because it's like, I don't like that it's like, I can choose a class, but then I can choose this class too. Like, I don't like that. I like that it's like, if you want to be a smooth talker, like the guy says, I'm all taking this verbatim, I don't know. But he's like, you could be a smooth talker or a power something soldier or a power heavy soldier.
Well,
it's like, or a little bit of both. And I'm like, well, that kind of takes away from the whole character class.
Here's the thing though, it's like, you're the beginning of the game is gonna be like, you're gonna be able to pick what you want to be like your top perk.
Right.
So I always personally go with strength. Is how much you can carry so you can sell more shit and how hard you hit people.
No.
So it's like at the beginning of the game you're gonna be using if you're smart.
It's first person, right? But this one you'll be able to go third.
No,
person.
you always know to go first and third.
Oh, okay.
The third person looks funny because like the way they walk is silly. Like they're walking up a mountain, like their nose is in the mountain, but they're still walking up it, and it's so stupid. But yeah, so it's like the way it's set up now, it's like it used to be you had skills to go around it. So like, you know, like, oh, well, for this skill, you need X amount of this skill, and with this much special and this much special of this one.
Okay.
But now it's like...
And I can assume that maybe, depending on what class you were, it was easier to get
yes,
this.
but now they got rid of the skills,
Uh-huh.
so now it's all based on your special points.
Oh.
And it was like, now you get 1 point per special to put in something. Every 7 levels.
So it's like, oh man, what does that pretty well that I was playing the other day? I forget. Anyway, I get what you're saying.
But the one thing I was like talking about was like intelligence is gonna be really different because intelligence was based around how many skill points you got. Until they stopped offering skill points, what's intelligence gonna do now? It's just gonna be for fucking medical.
Like talking to people.
Well, that's charisma.
Oh.
But it was funny though in New Vegas, if your intelligence at like 1, you just make grunts to people.
No, I'm doing that.
That was fucking great.
You're Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mm.
My name is Max.
Max.
But yeah, so like if you actually are interested in seeing it, if you go back to the E3 demo when they first showed off, they actually show you how the specials work and how there's no longer skills. And if you get the collector's fucking guide, it actually has the list of all the perks you can get.
Oh, that's cool.
So perks are coming back. They're gonna be a little different. Like so that now you can pick any perk on your list that you're able to pick, and they'll be highlighted for you. And then when you pick it, it'd be like, let's say you pick one of the bottom perks, which is like Death Touch, where it's like, you know, that's do a lot more damage.
5-point palm
Basically.
floating heart technique.
If you do that, it's like, well, you can do this level now, but the next one you're gonna do will be to like level 15 or 30.
Oh, that's cool.
So that way, like,
so you know, like, okay, do I want to do this or do I want to
Yes.
wait or whatever? Okay, all right.
I've always said that. So staying on big games in November, you already brought it up. Black Ops 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested. The only thing that interests me about the game would be the zombie mode.
Well, if you're on PS3 or 360, you won't really play the story mode anymore.
I know.
It's like, why would they?
Why
do
are
that?
we doing that?
Yeah, it's like
they're doing it to get the money. That's it. And it sucks too because it's like the developers, the publishers, the retailers, like they're not dealing with the backlash for that. Literally, the guy at the register who makes fucking next to nothing is the guy who gets yelled at. He's the guy who has to deal with all this, and then they all come to you and go, well, how come this went bad? Because the game is shit.
Yeah.
I had what the fuck was it the other day? We had a bad survey. The person had bought some fucking game, and that's why they gave us a bad survey, is because the game was bad. Oh, it was Destiny. That's what it was. and they were pissed off because they were like, you know, the person themselves is a fucking idiot if you can't figure this out. But they basically like blame GameStop for saying like, I already bought this game and I already bought the DLC. Like, why do I have to buy this game again? And blah 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 blah.
So what happened with that survey?
Oh, I fucking told, you know, my boss and my boss's boss, I'm like, why are you even coming to me with this?
Yeah.
Like, you read the survey, and they're like, well, you know, I go, fucking go to fucking Bungie.
Go to Activision,
Yeah.
which is literally down the fucking road, and talk to them about it.
Yeah, I go, don't bother. I told them, don't bother me with this. Like, I don't want to hear this.
Or the
I go, if it's a
response-
legitimate service issue, like, that's fine. But I don't want to hear about something that I disagree with to begin with. And I've told everybody who buys the Taken King, when they come in and drop $65 fucking on it, I let them know, hey man, so have you bought the DLCs and do you have Destiny? Yeah, I do. Okay, so it's $65 and you're getting those again. Because I don't want people coming to me and telling me, well, you didn't tell me that. Because I want you to understand what you're buying. You're getting fucked. You know that, right? Okay, cool. As long as you're okay with that. Some people like getting fucked. I mean, there's guys, they date tranny girls so they can fuck them in the ass. Some guys like that. I don't personally like that. I don't want that. But some people do.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bailey J was like, yo, Sideman. You'd be like, okay, I guess.
Nah, man, I'm always the top, bro. Well, I don't know. But anyway, you know, but the thing is like, if you're okay with that, okay, then great. But lo and behold, there are people who are like, man, fuck that. I don't want to do that. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. You know, so
I'm at that point too, because like I don't have any of the DLCs, but I have the base game, and it's like, well, that's a good deal for me because I'm still buying.
Right, yeah. If you have not been a loyal customer and you're just getting into the series, then good for
The
you.
game's hella short. I beat it in 7 hours. And it was
I
like,
bet.
And it was like,
And that's the last mission is the wait no yeah because I played the demo and the was the first one. I didn't even get to go to the moon. I went to like whatever base planet you could go to, and you beat that big circle thing. That was like
the last mission is you fight the heart of the Black Gate, and then you go back, and it's like a Star Wars type of thing where there's a big award ceremony going on. You go talk to this person, and she's like, well, you did it, take this, and she gives you a gun. And the gun wasn't even as good as my gun was, so I threw that shit in the trash. And I was like, okay, and then that was it. And I was like, wait, there's no more missions after this? That was like...
So what do you do after that? You just kind of like go do the same
well,
thing
because
over and
that
over
was
again?
we're waiting for the DLCs for it. It's like, now I can go do all the DLCs if I had them.
Yeah. See, I think that's it's a great business model, but I think it's a really shitty way to treat your customers, because it's like, oh, you bought our stuff, okay, well, you're gonna buy it again, and if you don't buy it, then you really only get like a demo.
Yeah. Did you see that all the voice actors will be going on strike?
No shit.
Yeah, and they're
probably paying them next to nothing.
Well, no, it's not the pay's not the problem. It's the insurance they're not getting. And the thing is, like, the thing they want is, and they said this to the big voice actor people, the big businesses. They're like, hey, all we want is protection over our voice. He's like, if you guys ever watched any of the documentaries, like the making of Dragon Ball Z's, those actors scream for about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And it's like,
and you may sit there and go, well, who fucking cares? You fucking sit there and scream for 30 minutes, and then try to make it good.
Anything you watch that's anime and has voice acting, that shit is horrendous on your voice. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's all they wanted. All they wanted was like, all we want is insurance knowing if we get a voice injury, you guys will cover it.
Yeah.
And they're like, the other thing, no. So like, okay, well then they voted to go for strikes. The results haven't been pulled as of yet. And it's like, they'll probably go on strike. You know?
I hope they do. The video game industry is just so...
Do you know what game won't have to worry about this? Fallout 4.
It's done.
Its voice acting's already fucking done.
Done. Great. Now they're just going to push Division back even farther, man. I swear to God.
Have you gotten the beta yet for Siege? Or was it Division?
I got it, but I don't...
Which one is it?
Is it active?
Yeah, it's active. It's been active for a couple days now.
Really?
Yeah. Is it Division or Siege?
It'll probably be Siege, because Division's beta hasn't been...
Because they were talking about like terrorist hunt, and I'm like, wait, is that going to be in Siege?
That sounds like it'd be Siege.
Because like that's the only time I'd play Siege. Because Siege is not gonna have a story mode. It's gonna be online only again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like Siege or Terrorist Hunt's fun because like it's just you and 3 other guys killing terrorists. It's hella fun.
Awesome.
Do you know
being in the military?
Do you know what a game jam is?
A game jam?
Yeah.
I know.
It's where all these indie developers get together and they make a game in a certain amount of hours.
Is it like Barkley Shut Up and Jam?
No, it's usually like where you have 24 hours to make a game. You know, make it how you want to make it.
Oh yeah.
And like it's usually not for profit. It's usually to get your name out there.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's doing one. It's gonna take 50 days, and the reward is $500 for the Taco Bell gift cards.
What the fuck? What's the platform for it? Like I know they did, PC. But I mean like.
It's anything you want to make. And you have 50 days to do it. And it's like, that's $10.
Have you played the Deer God?
No, not yet. Is it good?
I don't know.
I got it for free.
Yeah, it's free, so I've been thinking about downloading it, but I'm like, fuck that.
But yeah, so it's like, they're doing...
I downloaded Tomb Raider.
I know, I saw that.
It's pretty good.
I saw you playing last night. But yeah, so they did this, and it's like, a lot of people are like, that's really shitty.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, $500, man. Have some fucking tacos and diabetes while you're out.
And it's like, it's not $500 in grants, it's $500 taco dollars. $500 Taco Bell dollars.
Fucking taco dollars.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Did you see that they brought the volcano tacos and burritos back?
I did, yeah.
I fucking got one and I was like, yes.
I was trying to order food the other day from Taco Bell and it was, I don't know if it was a lady I was talking to, she was Indian. I'm like, why the fuck are you working at Taco Bell? You're Indian. Like, what's going on here? But it was just absolute hell, man. I mean, I was ordering and it's like, I just wanted to get a Doritos Locos taco. That's it. And she's like, well, which one do you want? I'm like, the regular one. And she's like,
Cool Ranch?
Cool Ranch? Do you want the loco? The
nacho cheese or fiery?
Nacho cheese.
So you were being the asshole situation.
No, not at all. I go, I just want the nacho cheese. And she's like, okay, you want the volcano one? I'm like, no, just the nacho cheese.
You should get the volcano one.
I don't want the volcano one. I don't like hot stuff.
It's so fucking good.
No, especially hot stuff from Taco Bell. I can do hot stuff from like, a legit fucking Mexican place. But not
Sabroso?
Fucking Sabrosos, man. I've been there forever, dude.
That's alright. Yeah, I saw your fucking kid there, and I'm like, Liz's like, is that his kid? I'm like, I don't know.
I talked to him later that day, and I'm like, dude, how come you didn't say hi to Taylor, dude? And he's like, I didn't know if that was them or not, so I didn't want to say hi. And I'm like, man,
we both had the same excuse. It's awesome.
I'm like, dude, you should have just went and said hi, dude. I'm like, he's like, well, I don't want to, say hi and not be him.
So the judges they have for this is a Twitch streamer, an IGN reviewer, and guys from Rooster Tooth.
For El Sabroso's review?
No, for the Taco Bell Game Jam reviews.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I didn't
even know this was taking place.
It is, and so you're gonna have a Twitch streamer and people from Rooster Teeth.
I gotta bounce in a couple minutes.
People from Rooster Teeth who are gonna rate your game, which they have no idea on rating games.
Right.
But the IGN reviewer, I'll give them a suck. That's loose. One last thing. There's a personal robot in Japan, and
there's a what?
There was a pre-order for personal robots in Japan.
Okay.
And the big thing was you cannot have sex with it or have it stalk people.
What?
Yeah, so like they said like they said people like their mates.
Like what kind of robot is
It's
it?
It's like a personal aid robot. Like it's gonna be able to get you drinks, be able to talk to you, have like.
You have to like put a link in the description
Yeah,
or send me a link.
But it's like so you can be able to talk to it and like
is it a woman?
No, it's a male.
Can you fuck her?
No, you can't.
Oh.
They're saying do not do sexual acts to it or have it stalk people because if something happens, liability's on you.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of like a Metal Gear's like.
Can you imagine fucking like somebody stalking you with a robot? That'd be scary as fuck. Like you look outside and there's just a fucking robot.
It's second out with its short circuit just following you around.
That'd be scary as fuck.
So
And Japan makes some scary looking fucking robots because they look like humans.
I'm still waiting for that Japan versus America fight.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
When is that going to happen?
I don't. I think
They-
it's sometime next year.
They reopened their Kickstarter to get more money.
Yeah, well, I think it's gonna happen next year.
Okay, well,
Because they sent it on YouTube and they put a date. I think it's October next year.
I saw the American robot versus the Japanese robot. The American robot looks way.
It looks very clunky.
No, I'm saying like it looks more for battle, while the Japanese one's all stylish.
Yes.
And it's like when you look at the PS4 versus Xbox One, it's the same thing. Like the PS4 is more stylish, whereas everything inside of it, you only have like
It's
cord
not good.
and it's like.
My thing is, how are they gonna fight? Like, I mean, if they have like actual guns and shit, I mean that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think they're gonna do that.
Well, it's gonna be like a melee thing, like the first one pushing the ground. But it's like,
But they have if that's what they do, that's gonna be really fucking dumb, and it's gonna be a waste of time.
America's gonna win because you know why? Because America's one is built around staying on the ground, while the Japanese one has like these tiny little 3 legs where it can roll on. And it's like okay, backhand it is dead.
But here's the thing: this is what I've noticed: speed always wins. Speed wins a lot.
You know, there was actually a conversation like this in Game of Thrones where this guy, it's like he's like a roguish guy, like he uses daggers, and he's like whenever I used to fight in the pits, the guys were bigger and stronger than me, and we goes like, but you know what? Speed always wins. And when he says that, the big muscly guy cuts off the fast guy's head.
But how does he do it?
No.
Because it's fast.
No. He kills the fast guy.
That's what I know. But you said he like cuts the guy's head off, but he probably does it in a quick motion.
No, he doesn't
Speed.
like the guy was like trying to block his sword, but he had a second dagger and he stabs him in the head with it. He's like, alright, done. And it's like, yeah, speed's good, but you also have the brain of being fast.
That's true. No, I get brains ultimately wins,
Yeah.
but I mean, I in physicality.
Well, not true. Like, you build a time machine where the fucking dumb monsters overtake the intelligent race.
What?
You know the time machine?
No.
So the time machine is like where this guy he makes a time machine with traveling time. And he's like, well, I can never go back to my time. So he eventually gets to a part where like the world is destroyed and the world's rebuilding itself. So there's like an intelligent race, and then there's like underground monsters. And the underground monsters eventually take over the intelligent race because the intelligent
Lizard people.
They were cocky, and then
Fucking lizard.
and then the underground monsters were like, just like we want fucking sex parts and we want to eat food. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Look at insect life, man.
Exactly.
If insect life was bigger, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly. Fucking EDF.
EDF, man.
EDF.
Fucking Earth Defense.
So Simon, where can we find you at?
Twitter, Great One 2133.
Our Xbox Great 133.
Great 133. Yeah, I mean you can friend me, I guess.
Yeah, I mean
I've been getting followed pretty
That's
much
good.
on Twitter, but I think it's all by bots.
Oh,
But they're sexy bots.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if I can fuck them, I mean, who cares?
Yeah, fuck it. As long as
Japan, man.
Auto blower 2, all right.
That thing looks like it'll rip your dick off, man.
Hey, maybe the most pleasurable dick I've ever had. Follow us over at Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Game Maker.
We should Twitch sometime. When are we gonna Twitch?
Well, fucking, you're busy,
I am busy a lot.
and I have a part-time job now, so
I know. Well, we'll have to do it soon.
yeah. We'll try to get the gang back together.
We should. That would be fun. That'd be really
Well, I don't know about one part, but Nick was supposed to be here.
Was he?
We pushed it back a day.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, so
He had to work.
Yeah, he had
today.
to work.
Yeah, sorry.
And then Shaylin can't drive apparently.
Something's wrong with him.
His cat, like he got a new kitten, and the cats don't get along. I'm like, yes, they're cats. They don't get along.
We're getting Dylan over at.
Oh,
at
you're
our
getting
store.
Dylan, not Shay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I was like, okay.
Shay's probably like,
He's gonna hang himself. I think he's gonna get promoted though, so that's good.
that's good. So wait, who's leaving your store?
I don't know yet.
I mean, Nick or Jeff, or you?
It's not me.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Well, that was an interesting part of the podcast, wasn't it?
everybody have a great day. Thanks for listening.
See ya!
Bye.
The folks around him didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron